Dear Ronaldo fanboys, I'm one of you. Cristiano isn't just my favorite footballer of all time, he's probably my favorite athlete of all time too. But we're finished, guys. The debate is over. When it mattered the most, with his legacy on the line, La Pulga dragged Argentina to victory over France in what was the single greatest World Cup final we've ever seen. But it takes more than just a World Cup victory to make you the greatest of all time. Zinedine Zidane and Ronaldo Nazario captained their country to glory too, but usually aren't considered in GOAT conversations. While Cristiano's never even made it past the semifinals and will probably still get GOAT shouts to this day. So while it's an integral factor, it's clearly not the only factor. So after endless hours of research and analysis, I finally boiled the GOAT criteria down to 3 definitive things. And after Sunday's 6-goal spectacle in Qatar, Messi is the only player in history who checks them all. Send this to all the Ronaldo, Maradona, and Pelé fans you know as we take a closer look at the 3 reasons why Lionel Messi is officially the GOAT. Welcome back to the channel, guys. You're watching the Sideline Starters, and my name is Andy, first team all Sideline. Drop a like to help the channel grow, and in the comment section below, let me know, was Argentina versus France the best game of football you've ever seen? And if not, what was? Thanks, guys, and without further ado, let's get started. I feel like this is the easiest place to begin because it's the thing we take for granted the most. Let's start with the goals. Watching football during the Messi era has desensitized all of us to goal scoring. The man has virtually turned the beautiful game into a video game, scoring goals at a rate the sport had never seen before. The words Messi and most are basically synonymous at this point, and he has the records to prove it. Messi holds the world record for the most goals scored for a single club with a staggering 672 goals for Barcelona. He also has the most goals ever scored in a domestic league, with 474 goals scored in La Liga, capped off by a historic 2012, where he set the Guinness World Record for most goals scored in a calendar year with 91. And after most, Messi's second favorite word is only. He's the only player in history to ever score more than 60 goals 2 years in a row, and the only player to score more than 40 goals 12 years in a row, as well as being the only player to score in 21 consecutive league games back in 2012. And if that's not enough, let's take a look at his raw numbers on the club level. Messi has scored 701 total goals in 853 club appearances. You're not going to believe this, but Ronaldo also has 701 club goals. Except it took him 949 appearances to get there. Or to be exact, 96 more games. And I wanted to include Pelé in the comparison, but accusations of stat padding and phantom goals make finding an accurate account of his actual goal tally virtually impossible. And while the impact Diego Maradona had on world football in Argentina is undeniable, he only amassed 159 goals in 343 club appearances. Messi is the undisputed goal machine, but what truly separates him from Ronaldo and Maradona is his playmaking. In 853 club appearances, Messi has registered 333 assists, while Ronaldo has 223 assists in 949 appearances. Maradona, playing as an attacking midfielder for a majority of his club career, only managed 82 in over 300 games. And when we combine the goals and assists together, the gap grows even further, with Messi pulling away from the pack, combining for 1,034 total goal contributions in club football, compared to Ronaldo's 924 and Maradona's 241. Messi is also the only La Liga player to ever be the top goal scorer and top assist provider in the same season, and he did it twice, accomplishing this feat back in the 2018 and 2019 seasons. And you can't be involved in this many goals without winning some silverware along the way, which brings us to our second reason why Messi is officially GOATed. Lionel Messi is the second most decorated player to ever lace a pair of boots, winning 42 trophies in his 18-year career, only behind Dani Alves, who has 43. But with so many to choose from, I had to narrow it down to the most impressive. In terms of league titles, Messi has 11 across 2 countries, winning La Liga a whopping 10 times and Ligue 1 with PSG, while Ronaldo has 7 league titles across 3 countries, winning 3 Premier Leagues, 2 La Ligas, and 2 Serie A's. And while Maradona's 2 Serie A titles with Napoli are objectively more impressive than winning La Liga with Barca or Madrid, it doesn't change the fact that Diego only won 2 league titles in Europe in his 20-year career. As far as cup competitions, the gap is much more respectable, with Messi winning 4 Champions Leagues compared to Ronaldo's 5. Messi has 7 domestic cups too, winning the Copa del Rey 7 times, while Ronaldo has 4, winning the FA Cup twice and the Copa del Rey and Coppa Italia once apiece. But then Messi separates himself again when it comes to the most prestigious award a footballer can win, the Ballon d'Or. The Argentine forward has finished in first place in Ballon d'Or voting a record 7 times, winning the award 4 years in a row from 2009 to 2012. For a while, it seemed like it was strictly the Messi and Ronaldo award, with the pair combining for 10 consecutive wins from 2007 to 2017, until Luka Modric broke the streak in 2018 with his World Cup heroics from that summer. Messi and Ronaldo were tied at 5 Ballon d'Ors apiece, before Messi won it again in 2019 after securing the domestic double, and again in 2021 after his Copa America victory with Argentina that summer. Which brings us to our third and final reason why the GOAT debate is over. When you've scored and assisted more goals than anyone else and dominated club football for almost 2 decades, there's only one more thing left to accomplish: captaining your country to international trophies. Pelé might have never had a career in Europe, but his 3 World Cup victories put Brazilian football on a pedestal that we haven't questioned since. Maradona didn't have the longevity or accolades in club football that Messi has, but he dragged Argentina to a World Cup victory in 1986, becoming a deity in the eyes of his people. And Cristiano Ronaldo carried one of the least talented Portuguese sides in recent memory to a Euro final in 2018, with the injured captain practically coaching his teammates to victory on the sidelines to secure Portugal's first ever international trophy. Now, Messi had made the World Cup final back in 2014, but lost to Germany in Mario Götze's volley in the dying minutes of extra time. And even though he received the Player of the Tournament award, it proved little to no consolation. He would go on to suffer more heartbreak, losing to Chile in back-to-back Copa America finals, resulting in the tears memed round the world. It looked like La Pulga's international career was over, announcing his retirement almost immediately after the final whistle. But luckily for all of us, Messi would return to represent the Albiceleste again in 2021, leading Argentina to another Copa America final, where they beat the mighty Brazil in their own backyard at the Maracanã, ending the country's 28-year title drought. But it wouldn't be enough to capture the Copa America trophy. Messi had one more stone left to unturn in the deserts of Qatar. The chosen one would have to lead Argentina to World Cup victory to officially cement his status as the greatest of all time. And that's exactly what he did. Messi opened the scoring in Argentina's first group stage game against Saudi Arabia, but the South Americans were completely shell-shocked by the Saudis coming out of the second half, ultimately losing the game 2-1 for arguably the greatest upset in World Cup history. But the team took the loss on the chin and never looked back. The team responded with a 2-0 win against Mexico in the next game, with Messi beating Guillermo Ochoa from outside the box with an absolute laser. Messi would miss a penalty against Poland in the final group stage game, but was finally bailed out by his teammates for once, with new countryman Alexis McAllister bagging a goal from midfield, and Man City summer signing Julian Alvarez sealing the 2-0 victory with less than half an hour to go. Argentina put on a professional performance against Australia in the round of 16. They would play the Netherlands in the quarter-final with rising star Cody Gakpo up top, and what followed was one of the most dramatic games in the whole tournament. Argentina were up 2-0 with 7 minutes left in regulation, before 6'6" giant Weghorst brought one back with a header to make it 2-1. Leandro Paredes thought it'd be a great idea to conduct shooting practice at the Dutch bench, and got completely leveled by Virgil van Dijk. Then, with the very last kick of the game, Weghorst scored again off a cheeky free kick routine, sending the game to overtime, ultimately ending in a penalty shootout victory for the Albiceleste. And then came the viral moment of the whole tournament. Messi was playing angry now, resembling the fiery type of leadership that made Maradona connect with his people, and what resulted was an absolute clinic against the Croatians in the semi-finals. They played the Croats off the park, winning 3-0, with Messi scoring yet again, and Julian Alvarez continuing his breakout tournament with a brace. Messi was heading into the World Cup final with 5 goals and 3 assists, where he would face his heir apparent, Kylian Mbappe. It's extremely rare that the storylines we create for our biggest sporting events actually play out how we want them to. The best player in the world squaring off against the player who will likely take on his mantle. Two footballing juggernauts on the grandest stage prepared to unveil their version of the beautiful game to 4 billion viewers across the world. And that's exactly what we got, something beautiful. The Argentinians absolutely annihilated the French for 79 minutes of the game, with Messi opening scoring with his third penalty of the tournament, and Di Maria capping off one of the best team goals you'll see in the whole tournament. Argentina looked to be in complete control, until they gave away a penalty in the 80th minute that was easily disposed of by Mbappe. And in less time than it takes to microwave a bloody hot pocket, Mbappe scored again. We officially had a game on our hands. I almost lost my voice in extra time when Messi took back the Argentine lead in the 108th minute, just for Molina to give away a penalty 10 minutes later. Mbappe beat Martinez for the third time that night, securing the first hat-trick in a World Cup final since 1966. And to penalties we went, where the Argentines were absolutely flawless, converting all 4 of their penalties, while Tchouaméni and Kingsley Coman missed theirs for France. Emiliano Martinez was the hero for a moment, but the man of the hour, the captain of his country, and the player of the century was Lionel Messi. The boy from Rosario, Argentina, born with a growth hormone deficiency, had ironically reached the greatest heights global sports has to offer. Messi lifts the World Cup trophy as Argentina's top goal scorer of all time with 98 goals, the most World Cup appearances with 26, and the most assists in the history of the tournament too. The beautiful game lends itself to ugly debates, forging tribes that tend to lose focus of the bigger picture, a picture framed by grateful gazes self-aware of the gift the game keeps on giving. Luckily for sport, debates aren't settled among us, they're settled for us. As we enter the twilight of Messi's 18-year career, we reflect on a man who has not only matched but exceeded the goals and assist tallies of Brazil's Pelé, accrued more individual and domestic honors than Cristiano Ronaldo, while bringing the World Cup trophy home to Argentina like his predecessor Diego Maradona. There's no more debating, and the word on this matter is absolutely final. Lionel Andres Messi is undeniably the greatest footballer of all time. And that's all I got for today, guys. As always, I'm Andy, first team all Sideline. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and drop a like if you want to see more video essays like these. Till next time, everyone.